はい、のさようでございます。今回からですね、シャーロック・ホームズ・アウェイクンですね、このゲームをやっていきたいと思います。だいぶ前にですね、チャプター1というゲームをやりましたけど、多分続編なのかな。前回のシャーロック・ホームズ・チャプター1も非常にね、難解ではあったんですけど、面白く楽しいゲームだったので、非常に楽しみです。ではですね、新規ゲームで始めていきたいと思います。はい。
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
おー、始まった。おー、なんか懐かしいこの感覚。
This mess is getting out of hand. What will the landlady think?
怒られてる。アドバタイザー誌1882年9月28日。スウェーデンのイルドゥア妃によるロンドン訪問中に数々の不幸な事件が重なり、英国とスウェーデンの外交関係に大きな緊張が走っている。特に長年王妃に仕えてきた個人警護人が失踪した事件は、英国の外交団の顔に大きな泥を塗ることになった。警護人は非番を利用してロンドンを散策していたが、当日夜の行事に姿を現さず、そのまま行方不明となった。警察の広報担当者は本誌に対し、発見は時間の問題であると語る。大柄で典型的なスカンジナビア人の身体的特徴を持つ警護人には、紳士淑女問わず気づくはずだと、警察は自信を隠さない。
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting. Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming. I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
ストランド紙を探すの
The dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes. Don't look at me. If you want the newspaper, you'll have to get your hands dirty.
外は雨模様であり、今日は天気に適した服装が必要であろう。なんとか、なんだこれ。操作庁を開き、R1 で衣装タブ移動して、帽子を身につけよう。あ、これか。探偵っぽいからこんな感じだよね。でもひげがある。
If you come across one of my drafts, please leave it in the bin. If I am honest, part of me will enjoy watching you rifle through rubbish. Seems only fair after what you did to our flat.ゴミ箱？あ、これか。これ何？これは何
？You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil.
もうこれ何
A cactus spine. If it gets in your
サボテン
skin,
の
it's awfully
針
tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here. Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Blast. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
僕の新聞に何があった？
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson,
Sure, now I can take the day off.
did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
Can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive. Hence the appeal of disguises. All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. If you have more shillings. Get the Strand. Get...
ん？新聞売りの証言、新聞売りの少年から得られた証言は少ない。彼は部屋に近づく不審な男に気づいたが、その後大きな音が聞こえたそうだ。そして男は玄関先につまずいたが、少年は客の応対中に男を見失ったという。その男は本を大量に抱えていたらしい。あ、違うのか。ああ、なるほど。バーンズ氏が計画に加担している。新聞売りの話では、不審な男が大量の本を抱えていたという。そして今朝、本屋のバーンズ氏がワトソン先生に小説の本を配達した。暗殺用のサボテンの針、大きな音、バーンズ氏を訪ねるべきだろう。ああ、なるほど。あ、ここでも固定されてるから動けないんだね。
Come now,
Copy of the
Mr.
Strand
Holmes.
here.
Murder? Yes, Barnes has his quirks, but he also has his scruples.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here. Get the strand. Get your copy of the strand here.
地図がないのか。
Get the strand. Get your copy of the strand here.
Do you even have enemies that would want to
Get
kill
the
you?
strand.
Okay,
Get your
perhaps
copy of the strand
from
here.
Cordova.
これ地図ないのか。
May I ask for your assistance?
No, sir, I've never had any.
ここ
Could you help me?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
May I ask you something?
I can't help you with that, sir.
May I ask you something?
I can't help you with that, sir.
誰もわからない。
May I ask for your assistance?
I wish I could help you, but I don't know.
ここか。これだよね。バーンズブックショップ。
How about that Vogel fellow? He seems rather obsessed with you. Would he do something like this?
目の下のクマ、長時間労働の結果。インク、新聞のインク。右足に大きく体重がかかっている。左足を引きずっている。かかとの高い靴、身長を高く見せようとしている。不眠と心労に苦しむバーンズ氏の目の下には大きなクマができてしまっている。足を引きずっているのは襲撃された結果だろう。上げ底靴を履き、実際より背を高く屈強な人物を演じているのは今後の襲撃を防ぐためだ。バーンズ氏は何者かに脅迫され、僕の暗殺計画に巻き込まれたのかもしれない。なんか仕事中毒っぽいな。これそれで行ってみよう。 決定。
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please...
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you come in.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
No, really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out.
何が入らされてんの？外来植物の目録。バーンズの店の机にあった外来植物の目録。永遠の愛を象徴する永遠の植物と書かれている。
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. Piers Barnes has an interesting hobby. Finest view London has to offer. An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible. In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy? The ladder is broken, recently, judging by the freshness of the wood. I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
Looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack. No, come on, Watson, think.
Help me, please.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Hmm? 何か見落としてる？
I like bookshops. One of the few spots in London where you are shunned for making a racket. Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Is this familiar to you?
Excuse me, what? I'm not sure I know.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Is this familiar to you?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
ん？新たな事件？なんだ？
A model of a homely room and fireplace. Chimney bears a peculiar form, like it's meant to have something put inside. Looks like a factory to me. Wonder what could get the gears inside moving. A small minecart. Endearing, if disturbing. Looks like putting something in the slot may get the gears inside to move.
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
Padlocks have names etched onto them. Anne, Tom, Charles.
楽しい楽しい宝探し。やあ、寂れた町の鳥さんたち。楽しい宝探しの時間だよ。手がかりをたどり、すべての人形を見つけることができるかな。なんかサブクエに入っちゃったね。
What a grim view.
まあちょっとこれはさ後でやろう。
Can I ask you a question?
I can't help you with this.
Can I ask you a question?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Help me, please.
No, sir. I never heard of it.
The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
May I ask you something?
I can't help you with that, sir.
これ選択が違うのかな。
Help me, please.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Can I ask you a question?
It's a shame I can't answer your question.
May I ask for your assistance?
Excuse me, what? I'm not sure I know.
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
ここが何か探しきれてないのかな。
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in
答え
plain
は
sight?
大抵目立つ場所にある。あ、違うな。
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
なんか難しいぞ。
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is.
何か見逃してる。
Hello there. What's your name?
Lily, I know, not very original.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something. Familiar spine. That's what I found in my dustbin.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
あ、進んだ進んだ。遠い目、視線を避けているのか、注意が散漫なのか。高価な布地、花屋の仕事には適さない。喪中の胸飾り、亡き夫への哀悼の意。綺麗なブーツ、店に来てから履き替えた。化粧をしている。おしゃれか悲しみを隠すため。フレミング夫人は涙に濡れた方を化粧で隠している。高価な布地で作られた服は屋外での仕事には不向きだ。靴には泥がついておらず、ここに来る前に履き替えたのだろう。高価に着飾ることで悲しみを忘れようと努めているが、夫の喪中であることを示す胸飾りを身につき続けている。頻繁に遠くへ向けられる視線は、感情がはっくりしてしまっている証拠だ。以上から彼女は夫の死を嘆き続けていることがわかる。これかな、悲しみを乗り越えようとしている。
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. I don't know anything about this, sorry.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy, so we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached, but since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face. I should have worn something warmer.
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
難しいねこれ。おお、いっぱい出た。 あ、いった、あ、いったいった。おお。バーンズはフレミングが大好き。バーンズは枯れた花を置き、花屋であるフレミング夫人の注意を引こうとしている。花は見かねた夫人が水やりの助言のために店を訪れるように仕向けるためのものか、単に必死になっているかのどっちだかだ。バーンズは身分を隠し、机の上の目録で注文したサボテンを夫人に送った。贈り物としては疑問符がつくが、目録で不老不死の象徴とされるサボテンは彼にとっては永遠の愛の象徴なのだろう。このサボテンがベーカー街 221B でストランド市の上に落ちたものであることは明らかだ。バーンズに説明を仰ぐとしよう。これだろう。
think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
どう考えて
Do
も。
not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer. I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus and your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper. Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
はい、ということで、これチャプター1の一節かな。無事終了しました。前回ちょっと操作性だいぶ変わってるんでね、ちょっとやりづらい面ありましたけど、無事終了することができました。バーンズはフレミングが大好きということですね。はい、ではここまでご視聴ありがとうございました。野沢岩でした。